I have a dream that one day teachers everywhere will begin their lessons with a whale noise. Oh, oh! Here are 50 amazing facts to blow your mind. There's a restaurant called Taxiapo Isdan Floating Restaurant in Tarlac City, Philippines, where you are actually allowed to smash plates on the wall to help release pent-up anger. Research conducted at the University of Chicago found that rats who were trained to press a lever for food stopped pressing that lever once they realized that it also caused another rat to receive an electric shock. If we were able to capture just 0.1% of the ocean's kinetic energy caused by its tides, we would be able to satisfy the current global demand for energy 5 times over. Research conducted at Brooklyn College concluded that females are better at discriminating among colors, while males excel at tracking fast-moving objects. This is believed to be an evolutionary adaptation from our hunter-gatherer past. Sniper bullets travel so fast that the rotation of the Earth will actually move the target, so shooters have to adjust their aim accordingly. California uses inmates to fight forest fires, and prisoners gladly take the jobs because it reduces their sentence, gets them outside, and pays better than the typical job. According to psychologist Adrian Furnham, perfectionism can be a curse that often leads to depression. The reason for this is because perfectionists often have an unrealistic view about failure and are overly critical of themselves, which results in having a very negative impact on their daily lives. Jeez, I think I could have delivered that line better. Damn it! Research conducted at the University of Warsaw concluded that the average person is able to accurately track 3 to 4 moving objects at any one time. However, an avid action gamer can track 6 to 7. Scientology, everybody's favorite religion, isn't legally considered a religion at all in many countries. In fact, Switzerland identifies it as a commercial enterprise, France and Chile as a cult, and Norway as a non-profit. I identify it as the clan of the Cuckoo Squad. During the Iranian embassy siege in London, England back in 1980, when given the choice of who from the group of hostages would be released, they chose Ali Gouil Zanzafar, whose loud snoring was keeping them awake. So if you're ever captured as a hostage, just snore really loud, you'll be free! According to US soldier Sean O'Shea, who guarded Saddam Hussein after he was captured in 2003, the only time Saddam ever looked defeated in prison was when they brought him the wrong cereal. "No Fruit Loops!" he would scream out. I don't know why, Fruit Loops are delicious. The megamouth shark, first discovered back in 1976, is a species of shark that is so rare, at the time of this recording, only 60 of them have ever been captured or identified on record. For 8 consecutive years, a greyhound dog named Jasmine, who survived in a shelter, was the surrogate mother to over 50 rescued animals, including puppies, foxes, 4 badger cubs, 15 chicks, 8 guinea pigs, 15 rabbits, a deer, and a goose. In a study conducted by data scientist Matt Daniels, all members of the Wu-Tang Clan are all in the top 20 of artists with the largest vocabulary in the world. Eiffel Tower designer Gustav Eiffel included a secret apartment for himself near the top where he would entertain elite members of the science community. Research from the University College London concluded that teenagers are scientifically less empathetic than adults. Due to the continual development in their brains, teenagers are less likely to use the neural area that is associated with guilt and empathy when they make decisions. Leonidas of Sparta was not a young man at the Battle of Thermopylae like depicted in the film 300. In reality, he was actually more like 60 years old, which kind of makes him even more badass. Al Capone was known for sending flowers to rival gang members' funerals. In fact, at one time, he actually spent over $5,000 on a single funeral. The average fast food customer eats about 12 pubic hairs a year. You're welcome for that fact. The word best in best man historically refers to his skill with a sword. This is because he may have been needed if the bride tried to run away or if her family tried to stop the wedding. Jellyfish are 98% water, so when they wash up on the shore, they will eventually simply bloop, evaporate into the sun. In 2015, Oscar Santillan, an artist from Ecuador, removed 1 inch off the peak of England's highest mountain, Scafell Pike. In response, the British demanded that that inch be returned to them and accused him of vandalism. It's just a little bit of rock, man. Take it easy. Research conducted by Yale psychologist Oriana Aragon determined that tears of joy is your body's way of neutralizing your emotions and helps restore your emotional equilibrium. After an 8.0 magnitude earthquake that hit Mexico City in 1985, a hospital collapsed, yet 4 newborn babies survived for 7 days trapped under the rubble. They have become known as the miracle babies for surviving without nourishment, water, or human contact for so long. The CEO of Japan Airlines, Toru Yamanaka, makes less than the pilots, takes a bus to work, and eats in the cafeteria. When interviewed about this, he said that businesses who pursue money first fail. Chuck Palahniuk, author of The Fight Club, preferred the film adaptation so much that it actually made him embarrassed of his own book. The mathematical proof that 1 + 1 = 2 actually takes 162 pages to explain. It was documented in a 3-volume work called Principia Mathematica, which details the foundations of mathematics. See, this is why I've never been strong in math. To me, it's like 1 + 1 = 2. That's it. It's too much. Although Donald Trump has described himself as an ardent philanthropist, he ranks among the least charitable billionaires in the entire world. That should not surprise you. Mount Everest actually shrank 1 inch in 2015 due to the earthquake in Nepal. 70% of US elite athletes were found to have a key heart gene variant known as ACTN3 that makes them great sprinters. In fact, 75 of all Jamaicans have this gene. Ring announcer Michael Buffer has made over $400 million by licensing the use of the trademark catchphrase, "Let's get ready to," and I can't finish it, but you know what it is. I just don't want to pay him. Fanuc, a Japanese robotics company, has a factory that can run unsupervised for 30 days at a time. Robots build other robots at a rate of 50 per 24-hour shift. These factories are called lights out factories because no human presence is needed. The future is now, we're all out of a job. The van cats of eastern Turkey, which are a naturally occurring breed, all have white fur, mismatched eyes, and love to swim. They're like mutant cats. I kinda like it. In 2009, a man named Alexei Rostkov from Russia drank 3 bottles of vodka and then jumped out of a 5-story window, walked back up, and jumped out again because of his nagging wife. And he survived. Bill Gates continued to fly coach all the way until 1997, when his net worth was already, brace yourself, $36 billion US. It's okay to splurge a little, man, on a little first class. I think you can afford it. Drew Manning is a personal trainer who in 2011 wanted to prove that it was possible to get back in shape even if you became extremely overweight. So what did he do? Well, he actually gained 32 kilograms or 70 pounds of fat over a 6-month period before he started the tough journey back to regaining his prior form. And he did. You can see underwater sea life and coral reefs using Google Maps. Try it. Adnan and Sana Klaric, a married couple from Zenica, Bosnia, started cheating on each other in online chat rooms. When they finally decided to meet up with the person that they were each cheating with, they quickly realized that they had been cheating on each other, and soon after filed for divorce. The pronghorned antelope has a 10x vision, which has left scientists to believe that on a clear night they can actually see the rings of Saturn. Russian special forces use a knife that fires a bullet out of the bottom of the hilt. The safe way to fire it involves holding the blade to absorb the recoil. I would not do that. Nope, ouchie. A terminally ill 6-year-old boy named Levi Mayhew was offered a gift from the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Now, this is fairly common. However, instead of using it for himself, he wished a trip to Disneyland for the little girl writing him letters out of encouragement. And she went to Florida, carrying a cutout photo of him on all the rides that she could. All the fields? Serial killer Rodney Alcala acted as his own attorney in his trial in 2010. For 5 hours, he interrogated himself on the witness stand, asking questions addressed to Mr. Alcala in a deep voice and answering them in his normal voice. During construction of the Golden Gate Bridge, a safety net was suspended under the floor of the bridge from end to end. And it came in handy. The net actually saved the lives of 19 men who became known as the Halfway to Hell Club. In ancient Greece, small penises were desirable, and big ones were for old men and barbarians. What? There is an entire industry to help students cheat to get their degrees by having their papers written by unemployed graduates and professors. And it's actually kind of brilliant because students can't get caught for plagiarism because the papers are brand new. Scorpion venom is the most expensive liquid on Earth at $39 million per gallon. The Apollo 11 astronauts went to the moon without life insurance. This is because they could not afford the rates, so instead, they signed hundreds of autographs and gave them to the family members to sell if they died. Usain Bolt ate nothing but chicken nuggets while he was in Beijing for the 2008 Summer Olympics because he found Chinese food to be odd. Yeah, that's right, on a McDonald's diet, he won 3 gold medals. Sir Ian McKellen actually broke down and cried while filming The Hobbit because he had to film with just a green screen instead of with the other actors. In fact, he was quoted as saying, "This is not why I became an actor." Really, man? You didn't become an actor to be in a multi-billion-dollar franchise? Just, life is so hard. A man named Derek Amato from Denver, Colorado hit his head in a shallow swimming pool and awoke with a condition known as acquired musical savant syndrome. What does that mean? Well, he simply became an amazing pianist despite never having learned how to play the piano. And now your brain is just packed full of knowledge. If you guys enjoyed this video, remember to subscribe to my channel so that you can catch my next video. I upload every Tuesday and Saturday. And don't forget to add me to Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram. It takes just a few moments and I will fill your life with all kinds of Snapchatty, tweety, Instagrammy goodness. What? I'll see you guys next video. Bye.